Hey, what's up? My name's Aaron. Once I was trying to say, sorry, what the fuck am I looking at? Once I was trying to say is that, what the fuck am I reading? Once I was trying to say is that all for you today.
Is
Oh
that
my
all for
god,
you today?
yes, I look at the full sentence. I
Yeah,
need
me
to,
too.
okay.
I was like, why is
Dude,
this
I'm
not lining
panicking.
up?
This is like fucking popcorn reading in high school. Holy shit. Once I was trying to say is that all for you today or anything else, and I actually said all for you in a really concerned voice. Thank you, Aaron, for sharing.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, there was
Seems like
this
a lot, man.
time I ordered like 3 pizzas for myself, and it wasn't like all to eat in a like one serving. It was like to space it out over a couple days.
Yeah.
And the Domino's delivery driver came to my house, and all the lights were off. And he's like, I had like a bottle. I got like 2 bottles of like Pepsi for free or whatever. And I opened the door, and he's like, having a party tonight. It was just me. It was just me standing in the dark with my
No.
2 dogs beside me, and I'm
No.
like, yeah, it's happening later on.
No.
And I grabbed
Oh
it
my
and I
god.
closed the door and I locked it and I like looked down at the 3 large boxes of pizza, my 2 bottles of Pepsi, and I'm like, am I fat?
When you
Yeah,
got
that's
guns like
crazy.
that, no way, bro.
Yeah, it was really
It's for that
emotional
exact
time.
reason I don't engage with customers because oh my god, no. Okay, this is unrelated completely, but I brought up customers. There's this one time that this woman came in with her dog and I was checking her out, and then she started going into this spiel about how the Holy Spirit healed her dog's broken neck. And I was like, dude, that's incredible. And she's like, yeah, it happened. And I was like, you didn't take your dog to like a vet or like a hospital or something? She was like, no, God did that. It's the Holy Spirit. And I was like, that is crazy.
No way.
I was flabbergasted. I was slack-jawed. It was crazy.
Converted
Yeah.
right there on the spot.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, dude, the Holy Spirit is real. This is crazy. It healed this dog's broken neck.
I gotta
was
stop
like-
believing this is insane. A lady was complaining about the prices, and I tried to say I just work here, all funny, but I said I don't work here. Then laughed behind the counter.
No, I've done that before. I've done that before.
You've done that before?
Cause
I've done that,
it
yeah.
pisses me off when like people ask me. I'm like, dude, I'm in the fucking uniform. What do you mean? Do you work here? And I get it's like, yeah, you want to make sure, but it's like this isn't Target where everyone just wears khakis and a red shirt, and if you show up with khakis and a red shirt, people think you work at Target. This is a fucking like I have a uniform. It says it on the back of the fucking shirt. So I'll just say no.
No, sorry, I just
I'll
have
just
some
say no. They're
friends.
like, oh, hey, sorry, do you work here? And I'm like, oh, no. And like, oh, okay. And then they walk away, and I'm like, and then they come up to the register, and I'm behind the register, and it's weird, but I like making it weird because I'm like, dude, why would you ask such a dumbass question?
Oh my god, no, okay, wait, so there was this one time, so EB Games over here is like, I think our version of GameStop, would you say it's
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So we have EB Games, and one of our supermarkets is called Woolworths, and the uniforms that both of them have are like very similar because they both have like a lime green shirts. I think it depends on where you go to, but most like a lot of them have like lime green shirts between both of them. So I was in EB Games one day and I was checking something out and I needed to ask a question to like an attendant, like if they had something in stock or whatever. And so I walked up to this guy because he was wearing a bright green shirt and I started asking him like this thorough question, and he just looks at me and he's like, I don't work here. And I'm like, I looked back down his shirt and said Woolworths on like the tiny little name tag. I'm like, fuck. And he just gave me the most bewildered look. Like, this was the look of a man who has not spoken to anyone in like 10 years. Like,
If you want to know one up that?
Yeah.
You wanna know what one up that? I was wearing my
forward.
Coles uniform, which is a supermarket, and I went to
Carl?
Woolies, which is
Coles,
another
not Carl's.
supermarket.
Bro, the naming conventions for stuff in Australia is fucking it's fucking me up here.
It's
Woolies?
Coles, and then we have Woolworth, which is just Woolies.
I love
So
that you say
I
There's an
work
S on the end, it's Woolworths. It's
whatever, I don't
plural.
give a fuck, I don't spell. So
We have
at Coles, it's
Coles.
a red company, and then Woolworth is a green company. So I was wearing my Coles red uniform to Woolies because they have this specific cookie that I like to get. So I walked in there to grab my cookie, and then I had like 3 separate customers come up to me and like ask me what something is. And I'm looking at them, and I'm looking down at my shirt, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I don't work here. And then
You
like
start telling
literally
them where to
2 of the 3 were like, what do you mean you don't work here? I was like, I work at Coles. And they're like, oh my god, I totally forgot that I was at Woolworth for a second. I was like, what do you mean?
What is wrong with you?
So that was it was really weird because like they looked at me as if I was the stupid one. They like
No, I
they
love
looked
that.
at me. They looked at me as if I wasn't a person. They're like, "Are you gonna answer my fucking question?" And
Customer mentality.
I was like, I don't know where anything is here. I mean, look at the signs.
like, just look it up. What do you mean? Like, does it
Yeah.
look like I work here?
Literally, turn your head up like 45 degrees and read the signs at the
No, oh my
entryways of each
God.
aisle. Like,
No, 'cause
not
people are
that big.
so dumb. There can be like a giant bright blue checkout sign on the ceiling, and people will be like, "Oh, I just got so it's a maze around here." I'm like, "No, it's fucking not. Checkout is at
Yeah.
the front of the fucking store. You
Yeah.
walk past it every single time you come in here."
Oh,
You're like, "Oh, it's a maze in here, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, haha, it's such a maze." Like, if that would be the shittiest maze ever. You go to a maze to find your way out. There's like one single line to go through. Yeah, that's the maze. Have fun. You paid $50 to be here.
I feel
Like,
like
alright.
they don't lift their head
What?
up. That's the
Customers are so dumb, dude. Oh my God.
like my favorite
So
thing is
dumb.
like I will be shopping the floor and then someone will come up to me and they'll ask me what something is and I like their back is like to the shelf and then they're asking me and I look over
Yeah,
their
it's like,
shoulder
dude, it's
and it's there.
like it's fucking behind
Front
you.
and
It's always right in front of them. Like they're like, I've been looking for like 10 minutes and I can't find the croutons. And I'm like, I look past them for a second and I'm like, oh, it's actually right behind you.
Turn
And then
around,
they're-
idiot.
And then they're like, oh my god, I've been in this aisle like 6 times and I've looked everywhere. And I'm like, obviously
That's
not. Obviously
Like, hey,
not.
could you tell me where the men's shoes are? Yeah, they're in the men's section. Oh, I didn't even think to look there. Oh, okay, thank you. Like, you know how many times I'm
What?
gonna tell that?
That's
to people?
crazy.
Yeah, they're just they're just on the back wall in the men's section. If you're looking for
Yeah.
men's shoes, men's products are on the men's side of the store. So if
No
you just
fucking
wanna,
way, dude.
But the
if you just wanna
best
wake up, you know, you're dreaming right now. So go ahead.
the best story I have was like this entitled Karen. She was like staring at the baking section, right?
Mhm.
And she was looking for vanilla extract, which is on like the middle shelf. And it's like it's literally cubbied out because they're on rails and they like took out a shelf above it so they could fit the rails in. So like it's something you cannot miss. It is right in front of your face. And I was shopping and she pulled me aside. She's like, "You help me right now." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Excuse you?" She's like, You work here, right?" And I'm like pushing a giant ass trolley with my Coles hat on,
Yeah,
with my
it's like,
Coles
dude.
shirt and my name tag. And I'm like, "Yeah."
Sure.
She's like, "Help me. You're meant to help the customers. I'm paying for your salary." And I'm like, "Oh,
No, you're
you're one
fucking
of those
not.
people. You're one of those
Yeah.
people."
Would
And
you
I'm
just
just
like,
not
know
settle
you
like
work at
that.
our establishment?
I'm like, "Okay, let me just pause my trolley real quick because I'm on a counter and I will get to you as soon as possible." She's like, "No, come here right now." I'm like, "Give me 5 seconds and I'll get to you." So I paused it and I walk over and I'm like, "How can I help you today?" And she was like, "I'm looking for vanilla extract." And I literally take 2 steps in front of her and I picked it off the shelf and I'm like, "Here it is." And she's like, "That is so ridiculous." And I'm like,
the fuck?
I was
It's
like,
like one
"What?"
of the most common things to use in baking. What the fuck does she mean she can't
It's
find
like,
it? It would be
bro.
like right there.
I was
What?
like, "What is ridiculous, man?" She's like, "I've been looking at this shelf for 10 minutes and you just happen to know where it is right off the bat? How is that
You
even
live there.
possible?"
What?
And I'm like, "Oh, I've been working here for over a year and a half. I pretty much know what everything is in the store." And she's like, "You know what everything is in the store?" I'm like, "Pretty much." And she's like, she asked me the one thing where I know the precise location of. She's like, "Where's the Milo?" And I'm like, "That's easy,
What the
ma'am. It's in
fuck?
aisle 2, module 53 on the second shelf."
Module
And she was
53.
like,
The
"Yeah,
serial
right."
number is 592.
It's like a fucking barcode.
And I was like, "I can show you." She's like, "Fine." So I walk her down to aisle 2, module 53, and I'm like, "And it's on the second shelf." She's like, "You have wasted your life with this useless information."
What the fuck?
What the
And
hell,
I'm
man? She was only lost.
I'm like, "If it's useless, then why am I here helping you and every other person that comes up to me?" She was like, "I don't like your attitude. I want to speak to your manager." And I said,
Oh my
"Okay."
God.
Oh my
So I went and I
God.
got our store manager, whose name is Rob. I won't say his last name, but like
Yeah.
he's such a Chad. I love Rob. Rob is the chillest guy you'll ever meet. Me and him are like the only people at our store that like wears colorful crazy socks. So I went and I got Rob. I'm like, "This lady wants to complain about me," and he's like, "Why?" And I said, "She says that I have too much useless information of the store layout."
You're too good at your job, actually. Fired.
And he's like, "All right, what's her name?" And I said, "I don't know, but I feel like it's Karen." So we walk
my
over
God.
and she's like, "I want to file a complaint against her." And then he's like, "Why?" And she's like, "She was giving me attitude." And he's like, "What did she say precisely?" She said, "Well, it was and then Rob's like, "Did she help you find what you needed?" And she said, "Yeah, but like she did it in a really rude way."
God,
Literally
right.
just took her to
So
the place. please.
And then Rob was like, just go back to work, Felicia, I'll handle it. I'm like, okay. And I won't do it. And then I was like in a 7-hour shift or 8-hour shift, sorry. And then like in the last hour of my shift, Rob came up to me and he's like, I talked to her for over an hour.
Oh my god, what the
And
hell?
I was like, damn, Rob, what happened? And he's like, she's been banned from the store.
Yes, retribution.
Rob's a Chad, let's
I
go.
was like, this is why you're my favorite boss, Rob.
I love that shit. I love that.
King shit.
no.
God damn.
Rob takes nothing. He takes no shit. He's like,
I love when the
don't care.
managers stick up for you.
Oh yeah.
Love that shit.
Rob's a Chad.
yeah.
He got transferred out, so I'm gonna quit.
Honestly,
Entirely valid,
dude,
yeah.
no. I feel like everyone in their work has like a pact with like 7 coworkers where it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
if
Oh
you quit,
yeah.
I'm
No,
all out. Like, we're on, we're gone.
I'm. If I quit, I literally texted people. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm gonna quit, and they're like, all right, if you quit, I quit. And I'm like, bet.
Yeah, just let me know the day and then we can walk out.
I think
Strike it.
so far there's like 6 people who are gonna quit with
Literally.
me. So, but the thing is,
Yeah,
I
let's
already have
triple
a
the
second
fucking
job, so like I don't
Yeah,
know
you're
what they're
good,
gonna
yeah.
do.
Alright,
Let's
there you
get
go.
back
Anyway,
on
back
track.
to the video.
There you go, TV.
I worked at a Chinese takeout. Someone asked how much rice they'd get in one container, and I said super duper big mouthful with outstretched arms.
I think what would make this so much
Raised.
funny if they were over the phone.
No,
Yeah, right? It's like,
because this.
super duper
I
big
thought this
mouthful.
implied like takeout is like over the intercom, so I was like,
Oh.
I could be
Yes,
wrong. That's
definitely.
what I was interpreting that to be.
Oh, I was just like, could you just imagine like a super duper big mouthful, and you just hear someone put the phone on the table, and they go,
It's about
Yeah, so like,
this big.
So audio listeners love you to death. I am stretching out my arms as far as they can go. That's how much
and
rice
how
you
big
get.
is your arm width? Just so I can compare it.
Oh yeah,
Right,
like
so,
like an average to large bird of prey size, you know?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So just
Imagine
picture
like a
fucking
bald eagle, but like a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them fuckers, yeah.
Yeah, picture that and then, we're good. You're good.
Yeah.
That's
No, of
about
course,
as much
yeah.
rice is a super duper big mouthful.
Honestly, I can see someone doing this at like the end of the shift. They're like, "Oh, fuck's sake! How many times do I have to answer this?" They're like tired as hell.